Ahr is a river in Germany, a left tributary of the Rhine. Its source is at an elevation of approximately 470 meters above sea level in Blankenheim in the Eifel, in the cellar of a timber frame house near the castle of Blankenheim. After 18 kilometers it crosses from North Rhine-Westphalia into Rhineland-Palatinate. The Ahr flows through Ahr Valley or Ahrtal, passing through the towns of Schuld, Altenahr and Bad Neuenahr-Ahrweiler, between Remagen and Sinzig. At about 50 meters above sea level, it flows into the Rhine. The length is roughly 89 kilometers, of which 68 kilometers is within Rhineland-Palatinate. The Ahr has a gradient of 0.4% in its lower course, and 0.4 to 0.8% in its upper course. The Ahr and its tributaries are a main drainage system of the eastern Eifel. The watershed is approximately 900 square kilometers. History. There were isolated settlements in the Ahr Valley beginning at the latest in Roman times, evidenced by the Roman villa near Ahrtal. Owing to their isolated location, the upper and middle parts of the course were sparsely populated. That changed from the mid-19th century. The development of the settlements, the traffic routes and the agricultural areas in the Ahr Valley led to the fact that the riverbed was fixed. Course. The Ahr rises in the middle of the village of Blankenheim, in the Eifel region of the German state of North Rhine-Westphalia, in the basement of a timber-framed house in an enclosed spring at a height of 474 meters above sea level. It then flows through the Schwanenweiher pond below Blankenheim Castle. The stream, which runs in a southeasterly direction through the valley meadows of Upper Ahr Valley, has not cut very deeply into the heights of the Eifel. Much of the Upper Ahr Valley is protected and follows the B258 federal road. Below the hamlet of Wardorf in the municipality of Blankenheim, the Ahr reaches its southernmost point and enters the state of Rhineland-Palatinate. From Muschweiler and Weiler to Fuchshofen, the river runs northwards and turns east at Schuld, heading through Insul to dump Eifel. Here, the Ahr collects the waters of the Altenahr coming from the right and flowing in a northeasterly direction. In Altenahr, the valley bends to the east and initially follows a very winding course. Here the river is accompanied by the B267, although it does not follow every loop in the river. In Altenahr, the largest bend in the river beings, it is protected because of its flora and fauna. From here, the valley becomes a gorge bordered by the steep cliffs of the Ahr hills. From Rheinshofen, the valley sides are dominated by vineyards, especially on the south-facing slopes north of the river, particularly around the villages of Maes-Kostrecht, Dernau and Marienthal. The last narrow point in the Ahr Valley occurs below the Bunteku, a rock formation that almost reaches the river and leaves little room for road and railway. In Walporzheim, the valley widens abruptly, and the Ahr passes through the county town of Bad Neuenahr. In Heimersheim, the vineyards end. The valley floor between Bad Bodendorf on the northern side and Sinzig on a terrace in the south is dominated by agriculture and fruit and vegetable growing. The mouth of the Ahr lies on the plain of the Golden Mile, between the Remagen district of Kripp and the town of Sinzig at a height of about 53 meters above NHN. Since being renaturalized, it has been one of the few natural river mouths on the Rhine and is under protection. Ahr source, valley, mouth, Tributaries. The tributaries of the Ahr include tributaries with a length of over 7 kilometers. Left tributaries are in dark blue, right tributaries in light blue. Viticulture. The Ahr is well known for the many vineyards that grace the hillsides downstream of the village of Altenahr. The small Ahr wine region is nevertheless the largest contiguous red wine growing area in Germany, noted especially for wines made from the Spätburgunder grape. The red wine trail runs through the southern slopes of the lower Ahr valley, passing inter alia the former government bunker,